When I got flunked in second year of my college, I was done blaming everyone for all the shitty things that were happening to me. Not being good in studies is something that I blamed my parents for my entire life because they always told me that I'm good for a nothing kid. And that really ruined my confidence over time. And when I got flunked in second year, it just validated their statement. And that's when I was like, this needs to stop. I am ruining my life. And that's when I stepped into taking the responsibility of my circumstances. Right now, after I think 10 years to that point, from that point, ever since, I have become so big on taking responsibility of my every single circumstance that is happening in my life. Because whenever I take responsibility of any circumstance or any situation, it brings me back to my power. It shows me that I can create new reality at any given point of time. It grounds me to the point that I know I'm the sole owner and creator of my reality, and I can choose to change my reality at any point whatsoever. So, when you take responsibility of your life, of your circumstances, you feel empowered, you feel motivated, and you are really the writer of that story. How interesting in that! However, on the other side, when you blame others for your circumstances, you feel hurtful, you feel defeated, and you feel terrible. And while you are feeling all these negative emotions, and when you are feeling terrible and everything, you cannot create any different result with that feeling. You need a different feeling, you need a positive feeling to create a positive result. With negative feelings, you will always and always create negative results. It can lead to a short term success, but in long term, you will never be fulfilled to your core. So anytime you feel like you are blaming yourself, or this is the situation that happened because of you, rather than blaming yourself, use it as an opportunity to understand and to learn what got you here and what you shouldn't do moving forward. Take this as an opportunity to learn from the path that you just crossed. There is honestly very, very, very slight thin line between blaming and taking responsibility. And what I mean by that is, when you say you are blaming yourself for a particular situation that happened, you will end up saying, this is my fault. I always do wrong. Your confidence will be impacted big time. But when you take responsibility, on the other hand, you will think like, I created this. And while you are in the same situation, while that situation is not the outcome that you wanted, it just creates a different feeling in your body. Your mind start creating different type of thoughts which are not negative. And when those thoughts are not negative, it will push you and motivate you to create a different result. Right? It's a very, very, very thin line. Because when you're taking responsibility and when you are talking to yourself in the most respectful and most motivated manner, you will think like, I created this. Okay, let's create something else. Let me take the ownership of what I have created and let me try different ways to create different results. Do you see how it's such a thin line of blaming versus taking responsibility? But the thoughts and the emotions and the feeling it creates in you, you just create, you're motivated to create different results for yourself. Let me give you a personal example. As a lot of you know that, and I've talked about this in my multiple videos, that I was trying to lose my postpartum weight the entire year last year. And when I went to India, I think in May, when my brother and my best friend were getting hitched. It's such a funny story. But anyway, when I went there, literally every single person around me commented how much weight I've gained and my size will be double XL or triple XL. They made fun of me, long story short. And that just hit me so hard. So when I was trying to lose weight so desperately, I would some days eat a chocolate or a cookie or random thing, right? Like I would binge eat some days. And while I was blaming myself for a very long time, that Sakshi, you're not able to lose weight because you have habit of eating cookies and sugar and carb, you will never be able to lose weight. And I caught myself talking to myself like that, blaming myself like that. So one day I was journaling. I'm really big on journaling, if you don't know. And I was writing this thing. And one of the things that I started to do in early 2023 is I read my journal back, because once I do my thought dumping, I really want to see what I have written so that I know what is going in my mind. You're literally dumping your thoughts unfiltered, raw, right? So I started reading back my journal and I realized how much blame I have put on myself for eating cookies and sugar and whatnot. And that was the time I really took responsibility of this situation. I was like, we don't do here. I am not the Linda I was 10 years back. I am Miranda. Linda is the sad girl who never takes responsibility, blames everyone, living a very low key life. And I don't want that. That's not me. I am Miranda. I'm going to step into her energy. I'm going to take the responsibility and I will create the new reality that I want for myself. I will build the dream life that I always want to live and deserve. This is exactly what I did. I started to take responsibility of losing my weight. I did not increase how many times I went to the gym. I did not decrease my meal intake. I did not change anything in my diet. What I did instead was I started to take responsibility of what I was eating and when. So one of the things I started noticing was I was like working one day and I wanted to eat something. And that's when I started to analyze my patterns. I started to realize that I eat cookies and all these random things when either my lunch is not ready or I am bored and I want something to eat, because boredom food is real thing, or when I just want to chill with Siri and I'm playing with him but I want to eat something. These were the 2-3 situations that I found myself craving to eat cookies and carbs. So what I did was, firstly, I analyzed my patterns and then I decided to replace my hunger craving or boredom craving to be a better planner. So when I wanted to eat something out of boredom, I would eat grapes and apple, right? And if I was hungry and I was eating random carbs like ramen and Maggie and whatnot, I kept my food ready. I was hard on meal prepping when I was trying to lose weight, so that whenever I'm hungry and whenever there's my lunch time, my food is there in fridge and it is ready to eat and it is healthy, right? So this is what happens when you go from blaming Linda to taking the responsibility, Miranda. Everything changes, everything, and your life becomes easy and more fun, because now you are the creator of your reality, you are the writer of your story, and everything happens in your favor. How fun is that? And how liberating is that? That for me is true freedom. Just when you start getting intimate with your feelings, that's when you have the power to create a new reality. So get intimate with your feelings as soon as possible, literally right in this moment. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? And if you are not feeling good, check in with yourself. Why are you not feeling good? What needs to be done for you to make yourself feel good? And that answer should not depend on someone. Think about yourself. What can you do right now in this moment to make yourself feel good about any situation? How can you take the power back in your hands right now? Because when you take the responsibility of your circumstance, you take your power back. And when you blame someone, you give your power away. Choice is yours. And I want to leave you with one of the best affirmations that I always tell myself when I am in situations like this, when even in spite of doing everything right and taking responsibility, things are not happening in my favor, which is very normal. This is life. We are humans. It happens. It is totally normal. You don't have to blame yourself. In these situations, I like telling myself, Sakshi, you are doing the best you can. You are doing everything in your power to create the reality that you can. It's affirming myself and calming myself that I am doing my best. Rest, I'm the child of universe and I'm well taken care of. It is my go-to affirmation every single time I feel stuck in my life. Because there is honestly no reason to blame myself for anything possibly around me. There is always either things happening in my favor where I take responsibility for every result that I'm creating, or if the situation goes otherwise, then there is just an opportunity to learn and an opportunity to create different results. It's that simple. So I want to leave you with one question. Think of what areas in your life you blame yourself for, and how can you take responsibility of that so that today, right now, you can start creating a new reality for yourself. And with that, I really hope this video was helpful to you. If this was helpful, make sure you like and comment down below what was your favorite takeaways, and if you resonated with anything that I've just mentioned in this video. Your every single action on my channel, your likes, comments, subscribe, share, anything helps me get seen in this YouTube world. So I would really appreciate your support here. I will see you next time very soon on the same place. Bye. Take care.